At the beginning of the movie, we are shown a small village next to a river. A little girl is playing in a boat at the mouth of that river. Just then, the little girl's father comes there and says, "Don't play here. The river monster will come and take you away." Hearing this, the child becomes completely silent and looks at the river calmly. Then the girl's father slowly rises from the water and tries to scare her. The girl gets scared seeing this and starts crying. The girl's father comes out of the water and starts making all kinds of strange gestures to make her laugh. The child becomes very happy to see this and starts laughing. At that moment, someone comes from under the water, pulls the father out, and kills him. Then the scene cuts, and we see a priest from that village. He kills a devil fish in the river and claims to have killed the monster fish in the river. That's when we see a boy. This boy's name is Huang, and he is the main character of this story. Huang is actually a monster hunter. Huang tells the villagers that the monster fish the priest killed is not actually a water monster. The real water monster is still in the river. The villagers don't believe anything Huang says, and the little girl's mother doesn't believe him either, because Huang doesn't seem like a very reliable person at all. Then the priest says that this poor boy has insulted him. So, as punishment, let him be tied up with a rope and hung. Hearing these words of the priest, the villagers believe him and tie Huang with ropes and hang him. Then, the villagers begin to swim in the river without any fear. Suddenly, Huang's eyes fall on the water monster. Huang sees the water monster approaching the people who are bathing. He starts shouting and warning everyone, but no one pays any attention to his words. Then the water monster starts attacking the people there and begins swallowing many of them. Those who survive the water monster come out of the water and hide. Then Huang tells everyone to pretend to be dead so that the water monster cannot harm them. Huang wants to help the villagers because he is a monster hunter and a kind-hearted person. At last, all the people in the village accept his words. In the next scene, we see the little girl running toward her mother, but the water monster grabs the child with its tongue. Then the little girl's mother and the villagers try hard to save her, but the monster swallows the child. To save her baby, the mother jumps into the river. Then, the demon in the water eats the child's mother as well. After that, the demon tries to kill another child, but Huang saves the child. Then some people from the village and a fat girl manage to bring the monster out of the water. The water monster then takes on human form. Huang begins to recite the Buddha's mantra to control the water monster, but this mantra of Buddha cannot control it. The monster keeps hitting Huang repeatedly. Then a girl arrives, whose name is Tuan. Like Huang, Tuan is also a great monster hunter. The girl shows no affection for anyone and would have taken everyone prisoner. Then, Tuan beats the demon severely and imprisons him with her magical power. Everyone in the village thanks Tuan for her work. Then Tuan asks Huang who he is. Huang introduces himself and says, "I am also a monster hunter." Then Huang shows Tuan the book of the Buddhist god. Tuan starts laughing when he sees that. Then Tuan shows Huang two strange tools he has. Seeing this, Huang goes to his senior and tells him about the evil water monster. But his senior already knows everything. Huang's senior tells him that the water monster was once a very good person. One day, he saved a child who was drowning in the river. But the villagers thought the monster had come to eat the child. Out of anger, the villagers killed the demon and threw the body back into the river. From then on, that monster transformed into an evil monster. Huang asked his senior, "Is the Buddha's magic really that powerful?" Then the senior said, "Yes, it is truly powerful, because it can turn a bad-hearted monster into a good-hearted one." Then Huang said, "Like the other monster hunters, I also want to kill monsters." But when the senior heard this, he forbade him, saying, "Killing demons is not a solution, because the mantras of Buddha are enough to calm or control them." Later, we see two couples who come to eat at a restaurant. Whenever they enter the restaurant, the door suddenly closes behind them. There is no one else in the restaurant except the two of them. Then suddenly, a waiter appears in front of them. The waiter shows them a seared pork roast. It looks delicious to them. Then the two of them sit there eating, and the food tastes even more delicious to them. They compliment the waiter a lot for the food. Then, the food that the restaurant owner has prepared is served to them. The girl asks the owner how he made such delicious food. At that moment, the restaurant owner shows his true colors, and he looks very scary. Then the couple realizes that he is a monster. They try many times to escape from there, but the monster keeps trying to kill them from behind. Suddenly, their eyes fall on the scorched pig, and they see that among the roasted pigs, there are also roasted humans. Seeing this horrific sight makes them dizzy. That's when the demon kills them. Then we see Huang also arriving at that restaurant. A girl comes and welcomes him. The girl tells him, "I hope you try the most tempting dish in our restaurant. You will really like the roasted peas." But being a monster hunter, Huang is aware of everything. Instead of customers, he can see dead people, and instead of roasted peaches, he can see roasted humans. Then Huang says, "Stop this death game of yours. I know you are a monster." Hearing this, the girl tries many times to kill Huang. At that moment, Tuan also arrives at the place. She uses her magic to attack and starts killing all the demons. Then the restaurant owner comes out. Tuan steals his magic and starts beating him too. Here we see that the owner of the restaurant is a pig demon. Tuan grabs the pig's hand and tells Huang to kill that pig. Then Huang pulls that pig demon into himself. Tuan tries to turn it into a doll using her magic cloth, but the pig demon is not under her control. That's when the pig demon returns to its true form, so both of them run away from there to save their lives. Then it turns out that Tuan starts to fall in love with Huang, and they try to get closer to each other. But just then, Huang runs away from there. Huang then meets with his senior and tells him everything that happened last night. His senior says, "I know that it's a pig demon. He was once a very kind-hearted person, but one day his wife cheated on him and left. From then on, he transformed into a pig demon. If you want that pig demon to calm down, you have to meet the greatest of all." Hearing this, Huang asks, "What kind of monster is this again?" Then the senior says, "He is the biggest and most powerful demon, and his name is the Monkey King. Buddha locked him in a cave in the mountains for 500 years. Huang asks if the Monkey King really lives there. That's when his senior tells him about that secret place in the mountains. There is a large Buddha statue there, and the Monkey King is imprisoned in the cave next to it. Then Huang's senior warns him, saying that the Monkey King is as intelligent and cunning as he is powerful, and that's why Huang should tread carefully there so that he doesn't get caught in any of his traps. Then Huang sets out on his journey. On the way, his foot gets caught in a trap. At that time, some people appear there. They are wearing magical necklaces around their necks, just like Tuan. Those people tell Huang that they are also monster hunters like him, and that they have imprisoned his lover, Tuan. Then Tuan herself arrives and tells them that they are not monster hunters. They are actually husband and wife, so she told them to let them go. To verify their claim, they also began interrogating Huang. Then Tuan said to Huang, "You tell them that we are really husband and wife. If we can't prove ourselves to them as a couple, they will kill us." Then Tuan tried to coerce Huang. At that moment, the truth came out of Tuan's mouth in front of everyone. In fact, all the people there were Tuan's companions. Tuan had staged the whole drama to bring Huang closer, because Tuan loved Huang very much. After hearing these words, Huang became very angry and left, but Tuan told her companions to hold Huang back. Tuan said to one of her companions, "What should I do now so that Huang will love me too?" Then Tuan's companion said to her, "Listen to me. You will do as I say." Then Tuan went to Huang. Tuan's friend continued to move his hand. Seeing this, Tuan also started running her hands over Huang. She thought that if she did this, maybe Huang would love her, but nothing like that happened. As Tuan beat him playfully, she didn't even notice that she was actually hurting Huang. Just then, they heard someone screaming there, and they saw the peak demon appear. At that moment, Tuan told her companions to drive quickly so they could escape. But the peak demon came closer to them. Huang jumped out of the vehicle with Tuan to save their lives. That's when the peak demon attacked the vehicle and completely destroyed it. Then Tuan fainted in Huang's arms. So Huang suddenly hugged Tuan. Then Tuan started laughing and said, "Now admit that you love me." Hearing that, Huang told Tuan, "I don't love you." At that time, 2 more demon hunters arrived at the scene. One of them attacked the peak demon and drove it away. Then, the 3 monster hunters sat down together and started arguing. They asked each other which of them was stronger. Huang convinced them that they should not quarrel among themselves, but instead unite and fight the giants. Then one of them called Huang the monster hunter, a poor boy, to make him angry. Tuan heard this and stood beside Huang. Huang got angry and said, "You are distracting me from my goal. I have a goal, so leave my company." Hearing this, Tuan tore up Huang's book. Huang left without paying much attention and finally reached the mountain. But he couldn't see the big statue of Buddha anywhere. Then Huang sat down, closed his eyes, and began to think about the Buddha statue. Then he could visualize that Buddha statue. Huang arrived there and found the Monkey King's cave. Huang talked to the Monkey King. He asked him, "How can I calm the peak demon?" Then the Monkey King said, "You must summon the peak demon here with the help of a beautiful girl. Then I will calm him." Then Tuan arrived there. Seeing her, Huang asked, "What are you doing here?" So Tuan told Huang not to ask too many questions and said, "I know you really need a beautiful girl at this time." Then Tuan brought the peak demon there with her help. That peak demon then tried to kill them. But the Monkey King called out from inside the cave, summoning the peak demon to him. When Huang and Tuan entered the cave, they saw that the peak demon had turned into a small pig. Then Tuan turned it into a piccolo with her magic cloth. Then Tuan gave Huang her magic ring. But Huang tried to break the ring with a stone. Seeing this, Tuan snatched the magic wand from Huang's hands and gave him the Buddha book, saying, "I can't read books well, and it took me 3 days to put this book together. If you ever feel offended by anything I said, please forgive me." With that, Tuan and Huang left together. At that time, the Monkey King told Huang from inside the cave that he had not seen the moonlight for a long time. Then he asked Huang if it was a full moon that night. Huang said yes, today was a full moon. Hearing this, the Monkey King said, "I can't see the moon because these flower plants always cover my cave." Hearing this, Huang tore off the flower plants, which caused all the flowers there to burn. In fact, those flower plants had kept the Monkey King trapped here all this time. But Huang fell into the Monkey King's trap and tore off the flower plants. So the Monkey King became free from Buddha's cave and returned to his original form. The Monkey King came out and said, "I am now completely free, and that Buddha can do nothing to me anymore." Huang said, "You are wrong, because Buddha still exists, and he will surely punish injustice." Saying this, he sat there in meditation. Seeing this, the Monkey King tore off all his hair and kept saying, "This Buddha of yours is a complete lie, and your concern about Buddha is also false, because Buddha can't come and save you now." Just then, 3 bounty hunters arrived and tried to kill the Monkey King, but the Monkey King was so powerful that he killed all 3 of them. Then he tried to kill Huang as well. That's when Tuan came along. But since the Monkey King was so powerful, he killed Tuan too. Then Huang started remembering old memories and kept saying that Tuan actually loved him a lot. Huang was very sad to lose Tuan, and he cried a lot. Then the Monkey King threw away Tuan's dead body and made it vanish. Meanwhile, Huang kept thinking about Buddha. Then, Buddha used his power to turn the Monkey King into a human. Finally, we see Huang, the Peak Demon, the Monkey King, and the Water Demon starting a new journey together. And the story ends here with this extraordinary scene. Thanks for watching this recap. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to comment below and let me know what else movie or series you want me to recap next.